everybody, thought I would take a minute and tell you what I've been up to lately and show you some of the magazines that I have in my to-read pile right now, and show you the stuff that I got when I went to a yarn store called JJ's Knitting Nook down in Virginia. So first I'm just going to show you the magazines that I have right now to get those out of the way. It's pretty much the same old stuff I always have. I have knitting. Can you see? There we go. And then I have, of course, one of my favorites, Knit and Style. And the latest Knit Simple. And Creative Knitting. And there are links for all of these up in the magazine tab on the top of the Sapphires-n-Purls blog if you're interested. To subscribing, buying back issues, whatever. Vogue Knitting. And this is a new one. I might have actually mentioned this before, I'm not sure. I don't think that I did. It's a Noro magazine. And this is actually the premiere issue. And then we have a knit scene. And we have the knitter. And then I have Let's Knit. So those are the magazines that I have right now. I think there's actually the latest issue of Piecework is out as well, but I couldn't find that. I think I might have put that away somewhere. So now I'm going to show you all of the stuff that I got at JJ's Knitting Nook. This is on Stewart's Draft Highway, I believe, in Virginia. And it was a really nice store. It kind of looked small from the outside, but once you got in, there was a lot of yarn in there. And I actually missed a room as I was going through looking for yarn. And I don't know if this place used to be a house. It looked like that because of the way that it was set up, and it looked like a house from the outside too. I actually went past it the first time. I had to turn around and go back. So let me just grab my stuff here. The first yarn that I got is Claudia hand-painted yarns, and this is 100% silk. And it's really soft and smooth, and I've been looking at some Claudia hand-painted silk yarn for a while on Nitty Naughty, but I wasn't sure if I wanted to get it or not, so when I saw that they had this in the store, I was really excited because I finally got to touch it and feel it and see what it is like. And of course I loved it, 100% silk. So I went ahead and I got one skein, and it's actually 1,100 yards, so I think that that should be more than enough for me to do like a top-down shawl, or maybe even a shawlette or something like that, just something small. So I was happy that I got that. And then I got a few hanks of this yarn, and it's from Araucania, and I don't know how to say the name of this yarn, Yelko or Yelcho, I'm not sure, but it's wool, mohair, silk, and nylon blend. And usually I don't like yarns that have nylon or anything synthetic, so the reason I got this, it's only got 10% nylon, so I can live with 10%. Usually that's my limit of synthetic, even though I do prefer all natural yarns. But it's really soft and smushy. I got 4 or 5 hanks of this, and I'm not sure what I'm going to make with it. I think maybe I might do a poncho or something like that. I've been wanting to do poncho for a while, and I think that this would be really nice for winter. Actually, at the rate I knit, I'll have it for next winter, not this winter coming. But so that was one of the other yarns that I got. And then I got some of this. It's Collage Cornucopia yarn, and this is made from 100% corn. And actually, I think the Cornucopia has been discontinued, and they've replaced it with Corntastic, and they're both 100% yarn. But this Cornucopia here, I don't know if you can see or not, but it is like a ribbon yarn. It's not round like yarn typically is, and the Corntastic yarn is round. And I didn't get that. I decided to get the Cornucopia here, and my sister got the other one, and she actually started knitting with it that evening, and I really didn't like how it felt once it was knit up. It's really nice and soft in the hank, and I mean, I'm sure that this is going to feel the same way, even though it's a different shape of yarn. It's still corn, and it was kind of like cotton, how cotton has that, I don't know, if you've ever knit with cotton, you probably know what I'm talking about. There's just a certain feel to it, and I really didn't like that, so I'm not sure how I feel about having this. This is I don't know what color this is. We'll just call it yellow. I don't see a color. Oh, Torchlight. And then I got Cool Melon. I got one of every color. I just thought that I would maybe do a cowl or something light for summer. And then I got Radicchio, which looks more like plum to me. And I got Fern. This is a pretty green. I'm not really a green person, but that's a nice green. And then I got Riverview, which is this really pretty blue. And oh, this one's coming apart. You can see, maybe you can see a little bit better how it's like a ribbon yarn. But I'm kind of disappointed after feeling the Corntastic yarn, because I just don't like that feeling, but we'll see what happens once I start knitting it. And I don't know, maybe it will get softer if it's washed. I'm not sure. I think this is, yeah, it's a machine wash and dry, so easy care yarn. So I'm hoping that it will soften up a little bit once I wash it. And then, oh, I got one more hank of that stuff. I got Capri Blue, or Capri, however you say it. I'm not too good with names. A few years ago, when I first started knitting, I made this shawl, and this is just a bottom-up triangle shawl that I made, and the yarn that I used, it was from online, and I've never seen it in the store since I bought it and made this shawl, and I really, really like it. I do remember that it had silk in it, but I just could not remember the name of the yarn, and I wanted to buy some more because I really like it. It's nice and soft, and I think there was a little bit of acrylic in here too with the silk. But while I was at JJ's Knitting Nook, I found a yarn that's really, really similar. It's almost identical. It's not the same, but it is almost identical. It's from Sublime. It's Tussa Silk DK, and it's 50% silk and 50% viscous. And you can see that they look almost identical. So I got some of this blue here. I don't know if there's a color on here, a specific color. I'm just going to call it blue. I got a few balls of that, and then I got some of this, I don't know if it's pink, maybe a little peachy pink. And I got a few balls of this white here. It's not white, it's kind of like an ivory white. So what I wanted to do with all of those, I thought that I would use those, again, top-down shawl maybe. Not really sure. But that does it for the yarn. I didn't really buy a whole lot of yarn, and I usually just go crazy with my yarn, but I was trying to watch my budget. Something else that I got while I was there was a set of knitting needles, an interchangeable set. And these are Rosewood Needles, and they're from Knitter's Pride. Let me just take them out of the package here. Okay. These are the cubics, which are square knitting needles. And I really like this little set. This has 7 knitting needle tips. There are US sizes 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10.5, and 11. And it comes with 4 cords. You get a 24-inch, a 32-inch, and a 40-inch. And then you also get some stitch markers. And let me just show you here. If I can find the zipper. You get the little key to tighten up. It's these aren't like clicks like the Addy clicks. These are screw-in tips that you see on most interchangeable sets, I think, like the Knit Picks or the Boy. It just has, there's all the different cords, and then I don't know if you can see here, there's the key to tighten it up. And there's your stitch markers. And these cords are actually pretty flexible, which is something that I really didn't want to buy these online before I had a chance to test out the cords, because I really hate stiff cords. But these, as you can see, they're really flexible and they're really nice. So that was really the deciding factor for me in getting these. Let me just pull one of these out here. Oops. So these are square. Let's see if that focused. And they're made out of rosewood, which I really like the rosewood needles that I got a while back, so that was something else that I was looking for in a set of needles, was rosewood. But really the main reason I got these is because they're square, and I've been having a lot of discomfort, especially in my right hand and wrist while I'm knitting. So the square needles are a little bit easier on your wrists, so I'm hoping that that will help relieve a little bit of the discomfort that I've been having with my regular needles. Now here are the stitch markers that come with this set, and I think these are just like every other interchangeable set. You can supplement with cords and things like that, but let me stick this back in here. So as you can see, this is a really compact little pouch, and I really like it a lot. They're not Addies, but they are really nice for a set of needles, and they were about $85, which is a lot cheaper than some of the other interchangeable sets out there. So maybe if you're looking for an interchangeable set of needles but you think they're just too expensive, and you don't mind square needles or wooden needles, this might be something that you want to consider, because they're really nice, and you can just save up for a little while, and it might be in your budget to get those. And then something else I got that I'm really excited about. Let me see if I can just lift it up here for a second. I got this. Let's see. These are like those kind of like puzzle shaped foam mats. You see these a lot of time for little kids. You can just put them together and lay it on your floor and the kids play on it, but a lot of knitters use these also for blocking. And I'd been thinking about getting some of these at Costco for a while because they're really cheap and you get a lot, and there's more, you can make a bigger blocking area with these than you can with some of the blocking boards or mats that you can find online. I don't like those. They're too small for me, and the big giant cardboard sewing thing that I usually use to block is getting old, and since it's cardboard and you're putting wet fabric on it, it's starting to get those little waves on it from being wet. So when I saw these, I got really excited. I don't know if you can see or not, but on these there's I don't think it's felt, but there's some kind of fuzzy fabric on these, which will help hold the fabric in place while you're pinning it down. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of these things here, these foam pieces. So you really get a lot of area for blocking. It should be big enough for sweater pieces and shawls. So, and it also comes with some pins. Let me get them, hang on. You get a little tin of the pins. Let's see if I can get it open here. They're just regular T-pins. There's not a whole lot in here. But there's the pins that it comes with. And I'm pretty sure you'll need a whole lot more pins than what you get in here if you're blocking anything. But that'll just get you started. And it comes with this cloth. And I think that this is for when you're steam blocking something, so that you're not directing steam like directly onto your fabric. You lay the cloth over this, or over your piece that you're blocking. And hang on. It also comes with this little blocking guide. It tells you about wet blocking with steam, wet blocking without steam, and just getting started blocking in general using this. So that's what I got at JJ's Knitting Nook. It was a nice store if you're in the area, or maybe you live there and don't know about it. It's a really nice place. I'll have a link to their website on the Sapphires-n-Purls blog. And what else have I been up to? Oh, well, if you are friends with me on Facebook, you might know that I've been working on something for the Craftsy Design Contest, and it has not been going well. I have ripped out many times and started over, and I actually did a test swatch for what I want to knit, and that was fine, but I did it on a smaller scale, and my problems are coming from, I guess, just trying to enlarge it to get it as big as I want. Exactly what I'm making is a secret. I'm not going to tell you that, but it is a shawl. I'll let you know that much. So, having issues with that, really getting disappointed. The deadline is September 4th, and I'm a slow knitter. I don't have a lot of time to knit, and last night I ripped it out again and started over, and if I don't get it the way I want it this time, I'm just not going to make the deadline. I just can't do it, but I'm going to try anyway because it's something that I really wanted to do, and I've been wanting to do it for a long time, but just not working out. I guess maybe it wasn't meant to be. So I guess that's all I've been working on for now. I was working on a shawl that I wanted to take on vacation with me. Usually I take vacation a little later in the summer, but this year I'll be going sooner than expected, so that shawl just is not getting done. I'm going on vacation in like 2 weeks, and I just can't get that done. Having a lot of issues getting projects done lately, so I guess that's about it. Hope everybody's having a good summer. Hope you're not too hot. Hope you're having lots of good yarn experiences. You can find me on the web, sapphires-n-purls.com, theweeklystitch.com. I'm on Facebook, I'm on Twitter, although I really don't tweet. I think it just automatically sends a tweet when I upload a new video to YouTube. I almost always post something on Facebook every day. So if you want to be friends there, you can keep up with what I'm doing. Sometimes I'll post about yarns that I like, or just random stuff. Sometimes it doesn't have anything to do with knitting, so that's it. Happy knitting, everybody. See you next time.